So recently there was this article in the New York Times that I cannot read because I don't subscribe to the New York Times. It's behind a paywall. And this article was talked about a lot by people. And in this article, there was this author who was saying that the future of writing is AI. And I wanted to talk about this because I think there is value in what she's saying, but not in the way that she means. And the reason I say this is because one of the quotations that are floating around by her in the article is that if I can write 200 books in 1 year using AI and you can't, then who wins the race? It's a very valuable question, and I think you should pay it some attention. And the reason I say this is because the question this puts in front of you is not the question she's asking. The question this puts in front of you is, where do you belong? Because if there is one thing that is certain about all this, it is that the future of writing is in a flux and a line has been drawn. But that line is not between people who win the writing race and people who lose the writing race. That line is between people who are writers and people who want to look like writers by writing 200 books a year. So, my question to you is, where do you see yourself in this world? Do you see yourself in this race that this writer, quote unquote writer, is saying is happening? Or do you see yourself as a creative individual who's out to put beautiful things in the world that connect with the human heart and bring joy and meaning to the people who read what you write? That is your choice. There is no race. The race that this writer is talking about is a race of her own making. No one becomes a more valuable writer by writing 200 books a year. In fact, many of the most well known writers in the world maybe wrote one book in their lifetime or one book every 10 to 20 years, and we still know them and we still remember them, and their contribution to the literary world is something people talk about even today. And on the other hand, there are writers who wrote a lot. They're known for writing a lot and they're respected for their prodigious output. We have writers like that even today. This third category of writer that this New York Times article is talking about is neither of those things. It is neither a writer with the discretion to wait to see where their thoughts go and then put them on paper and then bring it to the world, nor is it a writer whose output is a product of their hard work and their prolific imagination. This third category is a hustler who thinks of everything as a race, most probably as a result of late capitalism's mind fog, where everything is a race. If you're a YouTuber, you have to put out a video every day. If you're an Instagrammer, you have to put a post, at least a story every day. If you're a worker in an office, you have to work a certain number of hours every day. Meaning of work be damned. In a world like this, it is not surprising that even writing has come to be seen as a race. But it is not. And if you agree with this, I know which side of the line you are on. The question is, are you aware of which side of the line you are on? Thank you for listening.